What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. As some of you know, this channel has been mainly focused on the DeFi or decentralized finance movement, mainly on the Ethereum blockchain. This is because Ethereum has really been the go-to spot for DeFi, and even though some of the other blockchains are attempting to create their own DeFi movements, Ethereum is really the go-to spot to either join the current. It really has the network effect going for it, allowing the most activity for DeFi, and really it's a snowball effect that is really pushing things forward at the moment. If you want to be involved in DeFi, you're going to be doing it on Ethereum at this point. Well, Maker is obviously one of the biggest, if not, it is the biggest DeFi decentralized autonomous organizations on Ethereum. And one of their biggest assets is the DAI stablecoin, which is a fully decentralized stablecoin that is underlying asset that backs it is Ether from the Ethereum blockchain. Now, the DAI stablecoin is different from all the other stablecoins, mainly because it is fully decentralized, where the other stablecoins like Tether, USD Coin, they actually have backing through other type of assets or currencies that are actually sitting in some sort of bank account or being managed by some sort of financial institution. And there's actually been some, as you can see here, the MakerDAO is actually looking at possibly allowing some of these, I shouldn't say traditional, some of these non-decentralized stablecoins like Tether and USD Coin to actually be used as underlying assets, to be used as collateral to back the new multi-collateral DAI, which is something that Maker has been promising for quite some time. And the point of it is that DAI at the moment, because it's backed purely by Ether, you have to put like 150% in order to get 100% of DAI in, which is backed by the dollar 1-to-1. You have to put 150% worth of Ether in dollar amount in order to get 100% DAI. So also, if the price of Ether drops too much, then that CDP that you created to get that DAI is actually liquidated. So there's a lot of risk involved. By using multiple assets to back the multi-collateral DAI, it really reduces volatility in the multi-collateral DAI and lessens the chance that you could be liquidated. Most people were thinking that they would be using different collateral types like wrap Bitcoin and other ERC20 Ethereum tokens, but it looks like they are looking at actually using things like USDC and Tether, which, as you know, are not decentralized at all. So I'm going to get into this article here about the different collateral types they were looking at, and this was from June of this year. And then I'll get into this Defiant article that was just released recently, going into why the MakerDAO is looking to possibly move more in line with legacy financial institutions that are basically the ones that are running these other stable coins. So I'm just going to jump right into it here. One of the most frequently asked questions about multi-collateral DAI is which tokens will be added as collateral for the system. The answer lies solely in the hands of the Maker voters. The flexibility of the Maker protocol means that almost any kind of asset that can be tokenized can be made available as collateral in the system as long as it has appropriate risk parameters. To ensure that the system is capable of supporting a wide range of asset types, the Maker Foundation built within it a series of connectors to allow for real-world collateral testing and auditing of multi-collateral DAI. The first collateral types to be tested were chosen by the Maker Foundation based on diversity, an average daily volume of several million US dollars, and the relative stability of each token. And this article is actually kind of going mainly into ERC20 tokens that are already running on the Ethereum blockchain. So I don't even see, even though wrap Bitcoin is technically an ERC20 token, it's not listed here as of June. So the ones you can see here are Augur, Basic Attention Token, Digix DAO, Ether, Golem, OmiseGo, and 0x. And all these actually have a decent amount of market cap, but obviously nothing like some of the other stable coins out there and what those could actually do for volatility in the DAI stablecoin. But questions behind if that would allow it to be truly decentralized is actually addressed pretty well in this Defiant article, which we'll get into in a second. During the week of July 29th, the Maker Foundation will ask the community to participate in a poll to prioritize the order in which these assets could be entered into the governance system as proposals for review and possible ratification by Maker token holders. And then it goes into the types I just went over. By initially focusing on this first set of tokens, the Maker Foundation can streamline and potentially accelerate governance efforts. The foundation will continue to communicate with Maker holders on the broader risk and governance process while preparing the collateral priority poll. Once the prioritized list is in place, Maker holders can begin evaluating and debating the merits of each collateral type, and ultimately vote on which tokens to include in multi-collateral DAI. So the reason why I wanted to go over that is that you can see that the Maker token holders are actually responsible for choosing the asset types, and basically voting on the asset types that will be backing multi-collateral DAI. And when they actually published this article on the 27th of June, 2019, you can see the first ones that they actually listed here were tokens that run natively on the Ethereum blockchain. So in essence, they can be added as collateral to multi-collateral DAI, and it will still allow the MCD to be decentralized because they can be added to smart contracts without anything kind of getting in the way of messing with the valuation of those tokens, unlike the stablecoins, USD Coin, and Tether, which are at the mercy of the financial institutions that are in charge of backing those coins to make sure that they have value. So now we're going to get into this this Defiant article about why the MakerDAO is actually looking to use non-decentralized stablecoins as collateral for MCD. The MakerDAO community is debating the risks and merits of the system accepting non-trustless assets as collateral for DAI. Backtracking a bit, MakerDAO, which holds more than half of the assets in DeFi, currently only takes Ether as collateral to back its DAI stablecoin. Each DAI is backed by 150% of Ether, and that's why it can maintain its peg at $1, even as Ether fluctuates. From the very beginning of the project, the plan was to have as many different assets backing DAI to make the system stronger and more scalable. This new version of the system, called multi-collateral DAI, or MCD, is finally close. So the question is, should assets that depend on traditional finance for custody and security and are designed to limit token holders with know your customer procedures be included as part of MakerDAO, the backbone of trustless, no KYC, no intermediaries, open finance? So as you can see, this paragraph really says it all. And I actually want to pose this question to you guys. Do you think that it's a good thing or a bad thing that they're looking at using, these non-decentralized stablecoins as collateral for multi-collateral DAI? This article actually gets into some of the pros and cons for both. But if you believe that the great thing about DeFi is it is fully decentralized and there is no central party anywhere that can affect the price of assets in the DeFi ecosystem, or do you think it's a good thing because it'll keep things within the DeFi ecosystem less volatile? Continuing here. The question raised by MakerDAO founder Rune Christensen on September 14th originally focused on whether other stablecoins should be added as collateral. He argued yes. In that scheme, DAI starts behaving like a fiat-backed stablecoin itself, in that it will be so easy to exchange it one-to-one with very low spreads to USD and fiat, he said. But then the discussion turned to risks involved in adding centralized coins to a system that's supposed to be decentralized. The main concern is that stablecoins like Circle and Coinbase's USDC and Tether's USDT can ultimately be shut down by regulators. They're not censorship resistant like Bitcoin and Ether. Of note, it seems that the MakerDAO Foundation is already leaning towards the non-trustless asset option. This is from one of the replies in the Maker forum. Quote, right now we are more or less headed in the love KYC direction unless external events force a change. It is, however, very valuable to have participants with opposing views, so please continue sharing your doubts. Well, if they're going to go in that direction anyway, why should anybody share their doubts? I'm sure they're going to share them anyway. My opinion, which is the opinion of the author of this article, is that MakerDAO should stay fully permissionless. I'll list the reasons for non-trustless assets in multi-collateral DAI and then present the counter arguments. So quickly, I just want to go over the reasons for trustless and the reasons for non-trustless that this author put together, which was pretty good. So reasons for non-trustless assets in multi-collateral DAI. DAI will need more liquidity and stability to keep growing while keeping its peg than what trustless assets can offer. And that's arguably sure. But I mean, right now the ecosystem is young, so we are to expect a lot of volatility. DAI holders won't be exposed solely to the highly correlated risk of crypto, and as a result, it will be more liquid and stable. Sure. Users will be able to choose between trustless assets as collateral or regulated assets that require KYC. If they make that an option, that would be good. There's a risk that non-trustless assets are shut down by regulators and they lose their value. But there's also the risk that crypto exchanges get hacked or banned and crypto loses its value. That's a fair argument. The Maker protocol won't become centralized regardless of what collateral it uses. It depends on how much of these centralized stablecoins are actually being used as collateral for the Maker tokens. All right, so reasons against non-trustless assets in multi-collateral DAI. DAI will grow as the cryptocurrency ecosystem grows. Remaining fully trustless is a bet that cryptocurrencies will continue gaining Remaining fully trustless is a bet that cryptocurrencies will continue gaining liquidity and be able to provide exposure to assets that are not correlated with crypto. Rather than strengthening DAI by using permissioned collateral, the system becomes vulnerable to centralized parties. It opens the possibility of a black swan event where regulators ban, seize, or interfere with one of the non-trustless assets, causing its value to quickly drop to zero, near zero, and destabilizing DAI and Maker. Obviously, that's the argument that I was bringing up in the beginning, and it's why it's number one on this list. DAI becomes less attractive for users seeking an alternative to the traditional financial system. Maker tokens and DAI could lose value if market participants believe the Love KYC strategy undermines the project's central value proposition. I mean, one of the main reasons why the DeFi movement exists is it is a alternative to the traditional financial system, and it would be pretty cool to see it grow in the way that it is now, being completely permissionless, and to see how big it can get. Some people believe that in its current model, there's only so big that it can get. But it wouldn't be nice to see what the limits are. 3, users will be able to choose trustless assets as their collateral, but they will still be exposed to the risks that permissioned assets bring to the system. Okay. While the value of Bitcoin and Ether can plunge after attacks to centralized exchanges, their underlying and fundamental value remains the same. If DAI is backed by permissioned assets and plunges because they become compromised, its underlying and fundamental value changes. And that's absolutely true. And number 5, Maker, the protocol itself, won't become centralized, but the protocol was made to create a fully decentralized stablecoin. What's the point? And these are counter arguments. What's the point of decentralized protocol that's minting assets that are vulnerable to censorship? And that's absolutely true as well. So this article from the Defiant is actually really good, this post. So I'm going to link it in the description. I would like to know your guys' thoughts on this. If you think these, centralized, I'd say non-decentralized stablecoins If you think they should be allowed to be used as collateral in multi-collateral DAI, or if you think that Maker should only be using fully permissionless assets as the underlying collateral for multi-collateral DAI, please put them in the comments below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Thanks a lot. That's all I got.